International favorites, the husband and wife team,
Naomi Casby,
and Doug Kipping,
have been delighting audiences around the world for 12 years.
Whether they are performing for a stage show in Japan
Or for an intimate party in your own living room,
their spirit and originality keeps their audiences spellbound.
adding.
Welcome to Life Passages, The Soul's Journey. As you may have already noticed, our focus today is going to be on clowning and magic. And the title of our show is The Fool's Journey, and we have with us two consummate clowns and magicians. Together, they've been doing this work for what? If you added all the years together, 60 years or something?
Oh, 60 years together.
Together.
That sounds too long. Let's make it, yes, 30 years is
Added
enough.
up together, 30 years each, and 30 of those years together, really,
Yes,
right?
yes, you're fools in love.
Fools in Love. Oh. So this is Doug Kipping and Naomi Casby. They're married, and they're married in this journey of the sacred fool, essentially.
Yes.
And yeah, so, gosh, we were talking the other night about your life in this world, and it sounds so completely magical.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, just like the fool, the image of the fool stepping off the cliff into the unknown, it chose us. We didn't choose
okay.
this
So
path.
how did it choose you? What happened that got you on this path?
It was just one of those things where behind a whisper, those little whisper things that you say, was I was being a film editor, actually, and I was out of work, and I saw a window of a balloon lady, and I said to myself, well, if all else fails, I can always be a clown. And I didn't mean it, but
You said it.
I said it underneath, and the guides and the gods and everything in the universe was conspiring, and poof, I ended up working for the balloon lady and traveling throughout San Francisco in her little pink Volkswagen van, going to the shelters, going to the financial district, going all over the city with my balloon and my clown outfit. And I had never done such a thing.
Just one balloon, or you had many?
Oh, big bouquet, and I was getting into trouble with the object, and they were getting all wrapped up around me as
Tangled.
I tried to pull them out of the back of the van, and they were blowing away, and it was like, oh no, this is really funny. And so then my partner Doug at the time, I said to him, oh, I'm a clown now. And he didn't think he was going to be a clown, but then he has his own story of how the clown guide chose him.
So let's listen to your story of how you got into it.
One fine morning, I awoke to the sound, Doug Kipping, you've been chosen. We want you to be a clown. As long as you're a good clown, for the children, for us, we'll take care of everything else.
Wow.
And so I had to think about it for a few moments, and then they said, oh, come on, you can do it. Look at the road ahead. And they showed me this smooth road ahead, and they said, you don't want to live like you were before. They showed the road all broken and twisty and turny. And I said, yeah, that smooth road ahead looks real good. They said, okay, you're on. And so I've been a clown ever since.
Wow. And you have clowned all over the place. Even the little clip we saw showed you in Japan. And so what are some of the places you've gone, both in the original area of the Bay Area and then in the world with your clowning?
It just unfolded. We started, and I got on to Romper Room, the show, and then I wrote a handwritten letter to the executive secretary for George Lucas at the time, and said,
filmmaker?
The filmmaker, and said, I think I can provide your company Picnic with much better children's entertainment. And lo and behold, she called me. We come to her office. I didn't know what was ahead for us, and we've been working at their 4th of July picnic ever since.
So that's been 30 years.
And then we ended up.
And what do you do there at their 4th of July
We do the face
picnic?
painting, and we become known for the face painting. And now face painting is international. You see full body painting. It's all over the
Right.
world. It's become really, really big. And in the runways of Paris to, full
Yes.
body statues. But we participated in this effort. This is the
Let's tilt it a
face
little this way.
face painting book. Can you see that all right there? Face painting book by Klutz Press. And we were the consultants for that book and did the face painting in the book.
Wow, so there are all these photographs of your painting. your
That
face
came
painting.
out in 1990, and then they have a second edition. The second edition came out 4 years ago, and we participated in that.
Great.
And they
So
have-
you were doing face painting.
we did face painting, we did magic. I used
tilt
the
it.
magic, is that good?
Well, I'm just wanting it up and down.
Okay,
It's
like
gonna
that.
bring
There
it
you
back
go.
There
down.
we go. Can
Thank
you
you.
see that?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
showing.
There, great. And you
And
can
you do magic, you were saying.
we're doing magic, and Doug wants to do some magic for the audience out there.
So
see
maybe
it.
we'll go to that.
Yeah,
You'll
let's do
say.
some magic.
Yeah.
So everybody get your fingers, rub it
Okay,
together,
we'll
feel
rub
the
our
magic.
fingers to make more magic in the
Yes,
room,
feel
right?
that friction. And abracadabra is actually a great incantation.
Someone told me abracadabra means my word has power.
Yes, my word has
My
power.
word has power. And there's also another special thing that we can use our magical imagination.
Okay.
And they say, first you must imagine, and then you can believe.
Yes.
So let's imagine something coming. There, we have our little case here.
Let's see, make
A-
sure
and,
we have the balloon off there.
We'll go, and everyone just think of something magical you want to have
You
happen
see the
to
balloon
you.
in there?
There's a
a balloon
balloon,
in there.
and abracadabra. Ah! Whoa!
Bunny!
Oh, there's our friend. Oh, yes.
Yes, here you go.
Hi, Duchess.
Yes, here, we'll just sit here.
I've met Duchess before.
Yes, Duchess is our house bunny. Hi. You are a magical rabbit indeed.
Hello, little Duchess. How are you?
Yeah.
Welcome to the studio.
Yes, she's a professional graduate of RIM, Professional School of Magic for Rabbits, high honors. But this morning we couldn't find her. We go, oh no, where's our rabbit? She was hiding under the bed. She's professionally hides very well. So there you go. Yes. No, you're gonna no, you can't go. Yes. Say hi to everybody.
Hi,
There
Duchess.
you go. And she's a great companion in a house rabbit.
Yes.
They do really well in the house. So we have a very good relationship with her, and she's totally housebroken. So they
Great.
become great
That's
pets.
good. And you also have another white colleague. You have a little white dove, right?
Yes, we
that
have
you take
Mozart. And
into some of your work.
yeah, I performed for Chris Columbus, who at that time was just being offered the job.
The job
of the director of the Harry Potter
Oh.
series, and I performed for his children in San Francisco 3 times.
Wow.
And for his family, I used the dove, and he put that whole scene encounter that we had at his home. His son asked me, well, why do you have a dove? And I go, all magicians need a dove. And he put that in his movie Stepmom.
Really?
With the family at the end of his show that I did. He and his wife and the children were sitting on the couch with the dove. And he put that scene in the movie. So I thought that was really fun.
Great. So you've done magic and face painting and clowning for the greats, the famous
Well-
directors, and for so many other places too, as you were started to say. For
Yeah, well, we were very fortunate. The journey will lead you to the masters that you need to learn from. When you are on a path, you need guidance.
That's so true.
And so the teachers do appear, and I was very lucky to study in 1984 with Marcel Marceau, and we could probably put up that slide of Marcel Marceau.
And he's was a famous mime.
He was such
world
a
renowned.
master, and he spoke 7 languages.
But he
Fluent.
mostly, his work was silent, right? With just mime.
Yes.
There he
so-
is.
So he was performing
So we honor his life.
up
in
into
mime.
his 80s, and I was so very, very fortunate to get to study with him at the University of Ann Arbor in Michigan. And Doug also studied with some of his students there. And then we became mimes and got a whole collective of mimes. And mime was very popular then in the
80s.
In the 80s. And I think it's making a resurgence.
It's very much part of the breakdancing.
That's right.
It
A lot of the
incorporates a
moves
lot of
come
mime
from it,
movement.
right?
And of course acrobatics and
Right.
and dance all together. So it seems as though at this time many things are fusing into a unity, which were always considered very separate.
That's
One
right.
One of the things that Naomi and I did that was different was that we were clowns, but we loved magics, and so we became more magicians that were clowns.
I see.
So when I went to the magic meetings, I was usually one of the only people that was a clown there, and they kind of weren't very embracing of me because I was changing their ancient tradition there. They were the oldest magic club, and they really didn't. They would let me in, but they really didn't love the idea of a change. But we're all having to go through more change. And,
That's right.
And I think that's symbolic of just the nature of what we're all going through, and that's the fool's journey, which
Yes.
this has been our fool's journey.
That's
and it's
right.
taken us into many places.
And with the freshness and openness that you seem to have greeted it with, so many things could come your way and then you'd embrace them, it sounds like. And you talked about the transformative power in some of this, and I was thinking about, really, it can be very healing. Laughter can be so healing and transformative. And another one of your teachers apparently was Patch Adams.
Patch Adams, he was almost like a bodhisattva.
Which is like a very enlightened person. Right?
And the way his company and organization is Gesundheit, and has the hospital for free hospital, no charge,
Oh.
you know, completely free in Virginia. And
A
the
place-
movie was made about his life, and Robin Williams did portray Patch Adams, but the real Patch Adams is much more wild. And Doug and I performed for Robin Williams too, and he's a wonderful community, very involved in the community and his children. And I think he's there. He was both of them much
There's
younger.
Robin Williams and Doug back in the day.
They're bros right there.
They do look bradas, as they say in
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Yeah, there's Doug there.
You look great in that, guys, Doug.
Yeah, so he still has that costume, but
Yeah.
so these other, you know, Patch Adams and Dimitri the clown. We have he's a Swiss clown. We got to study with him in Philadelphia, and Avner the eccentric. So we have those pictures up there if they want to put those up. But such great teachers that we've had, and so those clown fools that embrace the foolish wisdom teachers. There's Avner. He actually directs a lot of the entertainers, and it's very amazing show. And just an amazing teacher, and Doug studied with him.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, he was such a charming person that he could make anything hilarious, even just
Like what?
smoking, just sweeping the floor, or trying to light a cigarette, or trying to clean up. And he ends up juggling with all this stuff, and it's all falling down, and juggling all at the same time. And he's just, you know, he makes a toilet roll funny.
Okay,
He can make
so
anything funny
can
and
be funny
entertaining.
when he does it.
Well, our daily life is filled with all these moments where we have trouble with objects and trouble with getting things together and trouble finding things, and it's always in kind of a conspiracy. It's amazing we get anything done at all.
It's
So that
true.
we're so flawed and foolish out there, but most of the time we pretend that everything's in perfect order.
Or we'd like it to be.
Yeah,
Or we
but-
get frustrated.
But clowns thrive in chaos, or at least embrace the chaos.
That's
and that's a very useful way to allow the flow to happen, and just trust that your path and the great abyss is going to be laid out before you. And we get to also embrace the universal nature of humanity, that all these things are cross-cultural, and
That's
what
right.
the clown really taught us. So we were in many different ethnic groups.
Yeah, what kind of ethnic groups did you find yourselves in doing this
We were
work?
called to be in the real poor areas, in what they call the ghetto scene, you know, and we would do block parties, and there'd be 200 kids around us, and Naomi and I did the shows in the for all the black schools, and then all the Asian schools. We do Asian festivals, the Chinese and the Japanese festivals.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a pet rat for a while because it was Year of the Fire
Oh,
Rat.
the,
So we had a little rat, and we made it appear out of
the
a
Chinese
fire
Year
pen.
of the Fire Rat. Oh, it had
Yes.
to appear out of fire. Well,
Yes,
that is
it was
magical.
it was a very fun pet, and we did a big show for the Chinatown and then the Filipino parties, and we were thrown into all these situations
Wow.
where we would have to focus and be light, you know,
Yes.
make it right and make everything fun, and that
How
made us
wonderful.
be light.
Oh my goodness, what a teaching. I mean, it sounds like you've been on a just amazing spiritual path through all of this.
It's been wonderful. It really helped me be a better person. I was a very serious kid. I was a way too serious human. And so if you're open on the wisdom path, I think it leads you somewhere down the line if you really seek out wisdom in life. And that's your primary motivation. You will land in the path of the fool
Wow.
somehow.
And the path of
Or
the
the
fool
trickster,
sounds like
or-
it takes you into deeper wisdom.
It takes you into the deep
Or maybe
wisdom,
even
I think.
enlightenment, who
And
knows?
getting lightened up and
Yes,
lightening
lightening
it
up.
there.
Well, the more serious you are, the more funny it is.
And Doug it personifies. He has a good belly laugh every day, and so his white blood cell count is very good. His immune system is really kicked in because he really does
Yay.
have that.
Yeah,
Yay
so
to the belly
put on a
laugh.
white face and improve your immune system.
Well, you don't even need the white face anymore. After a while, you don't need any props, or it's just there.
It's
the
just
clown
there.
is with you no matter what. You don't have to have the red nose or the.
But the clown nose helps.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
makeup
I bet it
advertises
does.
and
Sure.
lets everyone know.
It lets people enter that
Here,
trance.
here we go.
Oh, I want a red nose. Thank you, darling.
Well,
There you go.
The very,
Okay,
oh,
now.
Lovely.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on my show.
You're very welcome. There we go. She wasn't ready for that. She's such a good sport.
You never know when the nose might appear.
Yeah, the clown knows.
Only the nose knows. Huh?
Yes, yes, yes. We're going to have plenty of opportunity for people. So we're very excited for the first time in the Rogue Valley to offer a workshop coming up. We're going to have a lecture and a weekend. So October 10th. There we are. That's when we were, so see, you can transform, awaken your inner clown. So we want you to strengthen your funny bone and lighten up and thrive in chaos.
Great.
And do that. It'll be at the Bellevue Grange, and that'll be October the 10th. So come on by for the lecture, bring your friends, and then the weekend, the 12th and 13th, the Saturday and Sunday. So it'll be 1 to 4 on Saturday and 10 to 2 on.
And I love that this is an occasion for people to come and receive this, all that you've gathered over these years, and to kindle others into this magical world of joy and humor and laughter and clowning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And you have a workshop.
Oh
coming up,
yes, I
too.
do also. Yes, thanks for reminding me. It's called Tools for Transformation. I don't know if we can get a camera on that. Yes, and this is also potentially has a lot of laughter and joy in it. You can manage that. And it's working with in a sense, it's working with the theater of selves that we all have within us. We all have many parts of ourselves. And we can help them to lighten up and to enlighten and become their higher self nature. And then it also focuses a lot on living from soul. The more we live from soul, the more our minds, bodies, and spirits are whole. So that's what that is. And that's starting the day before, the night before, evening before, I should say, your introductory evening. It'll
Yes,
begin
people
on
can
the
do it all.
9th of October on
There.
Wednesdays. Yes,
Yes.
people can do it all and
Yeah,
have
that
fun.
really
And
fun. So we wish you a really magical autumn. The autumn is the time of letting go and transformation, and we hope that you have an opportunity to embrace the magic that is there every day all around you.
so true.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you were saying before just how amazing this work and this life journey in the sacred arts of clowning and foolery and miming and magicianship and face painting and all of storytelling. You're a
Yes.
big storyteller. And you were saying how it really, you in particular was saying, Naomi, how it really grew you and changed you as a person in terms, I think, of you were saying you used to be self-conscious maybe, or
Yeah, I was
embarrassed.
Yeah,
We
well-
don't believe that now.
No, I was really reluctant, and even so, I don't have a street performer's sensibilities and instincts. If too many people start to gather for my show, I kind of go, "Why are you all there underneath? Well, you should go away." You know. So
You still have a little of that.
Yeah, I still have a little bit of that because of shyness. But when you lose the sense of self, when you unmask the ego and just let spirit take over, it's really not you.
So true. That is a
And then-
profound secret of living, isn't it?
That you
That
don't
is-
have to run the show, and that also people love you for your flawed qualities. That you don't have to be perfect. That sometimes the worst thing that you can do is if a mistake does happen in front of people or in front of an audience, the best thing to do is to acknowledge it. If you ignore it, it makes everybody uncomfortable.
Right.
See?
So
As we fall down. If a baby starts walking and crying before you, you don't just pretend that it's not there.
Right, right.
If
And you can incorporate it.
If
or
you acknowledge
Yeah.
it, and we're all in it together, and that we all are perfectly foolish, flawed individuals, and we're all in it together as
And we're all
humanity.
perfectly imperfect, and isn't
Yeah,
it perfect?
exactly.
Yeah, and so you were saying too how taking the actual fragile and flawed self, that becomes a lot of times the material that you work from, either improvisationally or in planned ways. Wasn't that what you were saying, that as you create your characters and stuff?
Yeah, especially in relationship. Couples who work together, like we worked with Yuri Belov, the Russian clown, and he was married and worked with his wife, and he was saying how
Doug's laughing already.
Yeah, he's laughing just thinking about it. But we would have, you want to tell them about that time that we were performing and we were fighting and it turned out to be the show. We put our, those moments.
Well, we were just getting ready for the show, and a few people were gathering, and it was one of these, I think for Hitachi or one of the big
Companies.
corporation picnics, and they wanted us to, do a nice show for them. And Naomi and I were starting to get upset because she was asking me, "Oh, just do this magic trick," and I go, "Oh, they won't like that. They won't like that. I don't want to do that one." And she'd say, "Oh, go ahead and do it." And she sort of pushed me forward, and okay, I'll do it. And so I did the magic trick, and I said, "See, they didn't like it." And then they were all laughing.
Yeah, that was part of the show.
And that was more
Yeah.
funny than or more entertaining that we were arguing on stage. And people love to see it. And I was watching just a show at the Shakespeare Festival, and they were also that. They were also arguing, and that was so entertaining. And I realized fights are entertaining. Wow.
That's hilarious. And you were saying before that people find it very funny when you're bungling with objects and the objects are getting tangled, or you lose something, you can't find it. And I was thinking as I heard you say that the other evening that, gosh, that's my life a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's all
now you
over
make
us.
it more fun. I can just go, oh, exaggerate that and have more fun with it maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the mind part allowed us to travel. So being, Marcel Marceau often said that what we're trying to do is, make the invisible visible, and also sort of like the visible invisible, to those parts of our emotional life. And he was such an expert at that. If you go to the YouTubes, there's so many wonderful YouTubes of his
Marcel
pieces,
Marceau.
the classic ones of his putting on the masks.
Oh, yes.
The comedy, tragedy, comedy.
Can you do that, a little
tragedy.
of that for us right at the moment? Yeah, or like,
Yeah. But
You got it.
but doing that and doing that, or aging. We would practice when we were working with him. Just that process. He goes through a piece where he goes from youth to old age and walking.
wow,
that,
just
where
like
youth and-
Shakespeare said about the
where
7
you go
stages.
through that, and you can watch his pieces now on YouTube. And
Oh,
it's
that'll
just
be
very
exciting.
masterful there, yes. And
To follow that up.
You can just catch a little butterfly, and then catch it and let it go.
Oh, and that felt so real. We could sort of follow that with our awareness. So what will people get from your workshop? What is it that you're going to be sharing? Do you want to speak about that a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit?
they'll get a chance to really find their own clown character. So that isn't a Ringling Brothers clown with just the big nose. It's their special clown character based on what they do and what they fear and who they are, and then they'll get a chance to put on the makeup, and we'll be doing all kinds of fun, interactive exercises, and then also a chance to go out there in the community, maybe in the park or in the gay parade or somewhere where they get to experience what it's like to bring the clown out, and people respond to you, and that lets you be the clown.
Yeah.
Well, it is such an ancient tradition. It
Yes.
goes into the very ancient world, and we're touching something that goes long before written words. And so the response is in people's deep senses, and it's touching the very deepest part of our spirit and our body, and our ancestors all painted themselves for different things.
That's true. I was talking with another face painter, and she was yesterday, and she was saying, I mentioned we're going to do the show, and she was saying, yes, it's an ancient shamanic focus in many, many cultures, the painting of the face, that morphing into other aspects of ourselves.
Letting go of the self. But remember, an unemployed jester is nobody's fool.
So it's good to have employment?
Yes. We want the fools there, so please employ us.
Okay.
Otherwise you're a fool.
And we can invite people to employ you to be their guides and teachers in this workshop. And you're also available, although you work a lot in the Bay Area still, you do now live in Southern Oregon.
Oh, we love this as our home.
Yeah, and so you'd like to do more with different organizations, or I know you've performed for children at the Family Nurturing Center. What are your visions for where you're?
October 5th.
So you're going to do another performance there.
Yeah, on October 5th at the Family Nurturing Center. So you have a fool and clown at your house, at your home, at your birthday party. It'll make it a lot more fun. And become one yourself.
Yeah.
And don't fool around, have fun, right?
Yeah, we need more light. We need more fun, and we need to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, and it sounds like in this fool's journey of yours, there really has been that sense of letting spirit come through. It's really a guided journey.
Yeah, it'll come through. You
Yeah,
just have to let
no
it
fooling,
in.
it really is.
No fooling, it comes through just like the fool's light coming through, and it'll lead you. And then,
Yeah.
and then it is perfect.
Yes.
Somehow, it all works out.
And so that's a lovely thought, that it's perfect and it all works out. And so this has just been a joy to get together with you in this setting.
so
Yay!
much.
Thank you for bringing your joy and your magic to share with us.
All right. Well, I hope it is the ripple effect. It
Yes.
spreads throughout.
Yes. And so we're wrapping up here. Thank you for joining us on Life Passages, the Soul's Journey, to all of you out there. And bless you, and may you find the joy in your own life journey and those magical, sparkling moments of fun or unforeseen magic. May you even call that in. Could be a wonderful adventure. Take care. Bless you.